Alright, what's up guys, it's Mitch or Deity, and today we got our Abyssal Yufine and we got Kane. So I've just woken up, I don't know what either of these characters do yet. I pulled 2 videos, so we're going to watch this, see what my initial reaction and opinions are on them. Obviously they change by the time the character comes out and we get more thought over them, so keep that in mind before I give like advice as to whether I'd pull for either of them or not. Just wait until they actually come out and I test them, or just at least wait until like tonight on my actual opinion. But let's see. So we'll do Abyssal Yufine first. I like her design. I don't really like Kane's design, but
even I know how to stop her.
let's see what we're looking at here.
I hate the darkness.
Definitely a Halloween style character with an attack skill. So she's a unique character in terms of her her sign plus being a knight. So I have a feeling she's gonna have a completely, I mean, I already saw other people's videos, super unique kit is what everyone's titling it, so it should be something very different. Okay, so base stats. So we're looking at crit damage, 106 speed. So it's 106 speed. I don't know. I guess I don't need to show that, but 106 speed, super tanky though. Super tanky with no attack. That's usually a good sign for a knight. Easier to build.
A series of brutal experiments that have left her traumatized.
Okay.
She's lost all her friends.
So here are her actual stat line. So imprint is defense. Ooh.
And can increase her defense further through her imprint.
Defense scaling damage dealer, please. Another defense scaling damage dealer, I'd be happy. Okay, so her skill 2. When the enemy is not an elite or boss monster, reduces effective combat readiness, increases the game by the enemy by 30%. Let's go. Anti-cleave. This effect does not stack with other passive effects of the same type, so you cannot use her with Politus. When attacked, gains 20 fighting spirit and has a 30% chance to counterattack. She has counter in her kit like Mort. And she's a fighting spirit character. At the start of turn, when fighting spirit is full, dispels all debuffs from the caster. Full anti-cleave character? Hold on. I love this. And it goes all the way up to 50%. Wait, it's like an extra Politus?
This effect does not stack with other passive effects of the same name.
Okay. Oh, of the same name.
And has a 30% chance to counterattack. At the start of the turn, when fighting spirit.
Wait, of the same name, so it can be used with Politus? So you can draft both and they'd have no CR gain whatsoever? Okay, so, and that was a passive skill, right? Yeah. So her skill 3 inflicts trauma on the caster for 3 turns. Same. Before attacking all enemies, dispelling all buffs and decreasing combat readiness by 50%, ignores ER. Inflicts trauma on the caster for 3 turns for attacking all enemies, dispelling all buffs and decreasing combat readiness by 50%. So trauma decreases defense by 70%, but increases attack and speed by 100%. Okay, so you lower their defense but make them stronger. Okay. Oh, it's trauma on the caster. Oh, so it's on yourself. I'm being stupid. I just woke up. Sorry. So you use it on yourself. 70% increases attack and speed by 100%. If the defense prior to the effect of trauma is 2,000 or higher, the stat increase effects are doubled. Wait, 200%? The defense prior to the effect of trauma is 2,000 or higher. The stat increase effects are doubled. But the stat decrease effect isn't doubled, so you don't lose 140% defense. So she gets a ton of attack, 200% attack. So she's a character you have to build on all stats. That's kind of hard. So, but she decreases combat readiness by 50% of all people and ignores effect res without doing anything. It's just guaranteed at max fighting spirit, though. That's the thing. This is max fighting spirit. So that seems super weird, I'm not gonna lie, but her speed increases by 200%. That's kind of wild. And you get trauma for 3 turns, so you have 3 turns of being sicko mode speed. Isn't there a cap on speed, though? as to how fast you can be? Is there? I'm curious. This is weird. They weren't wrong when I saw the people's videos. It's a weird kit. So she gives herself trauma, but then she dispels all buffs and guaranteed gets all of this.
But increases attack and speed.
So, all right, so already I can tell though she is a super consistent character because of this, and that's going to make her good. Because the only thing she won't be able to do is she attacks all enemies, so evasion units can be decent against her, but the thing is she is going to guaranteed push everyone back and dispel all buffs, guaranteed. That's already has value. That's one thing with Knockwall that it didn't have the guarantee, and you have to soul burn it because elemental disadvantage. The effects are doubled. Okay, attacks the enemies with the okay. So this is her skill 1. 20 fighting spirit, attacks all enemies with dragons. So she's just AOE, just like Abyssal Yufine. Attacks all enemies with dragon's breath with a 45% chance to decrease attack for 1 turn. So okay, damage to increase proportional to the caster's defense. When the caster's granted trauma, activates Unbridled Outburst instead of Dragon's Breath. Unbridled Outburst attacks the enemy with massive blade, penetrates target defense by 70%. Is it still defense scaling damage though? So why does she have an attack bonus and losing HP? So does it change down here? Attacks the enemy with massive blade, penetrates target's defense by 70%. And this is attacks the enemy instead of attacks all enemies. So she goes from an AoE attack down to a single target attack, and is a defense scaling? Because if it's defense scaling and you have trauma, that means your defense is lowered by 70%, correct? So if your defense is lowered by 70%, because decrease the defense by 70%. So if it's still defense scaling damage, which shouldn't be, I'm guessing it changes. To attack scaling at that point, but it doesn't say in the kit, which is super weird. If anyone knows, let me know. And it's also attacks the enemy with a massive blade. It doesn't say attacks all enemies. So does it turn from an AoE attack to a single target attack? So she becomes either an AoE attack breaking character or a nuker. Very weird. This is very weird. Either way, I think she's gonna be okay because this is super consistent. And her S1, not letting them push up is huge when attacking 25 to 30 and 30% chance to land. And then whenever she gets into this, the problem is you're not going to have fighting spirit for a while. So the only way to get fighting spirit is when attacking 25 to spirit and 30% chance to counterattack. And she's a knight. Do you build her on lifesteal? Like, how do you build this character? This is just weird. I mean, I think she seems okay. I mean, she has a lot of guaranteed things when entering the fight, like not giving CR push on top of counterattack chance with 20 fighting spirit into if she does get all of that. And she has high defense, so she's hard to kill. And inflicts the trauma thing seems super weird though. The problem is if you proc too soon, it doesn't matter. So it's until her turn starts, then you use this. So I don't know. I think it seems overall okay just because it's consistent. So let's see her in action. Let me know what you think of her because this is seeming pretty weird overall. I don't think I missed anything. Okay, so let's get into the match.
I will deliver judgment. What would you like to order?
Okay, so Lulucar goes. I just want to see her skills.
This is insane. Why am I so busy? There's never enough time.
So that procs AOL. So she hasn't been attacked at all yet. There we go. They S3 her. She's a dark character. This Aiden's... Well, she's got defense, but... Wait. So when she counters, it's AoE. Okay, cool. When she counters, it's AoE. That's the first question.
So, just give up.
And she's super tanky. But the problem is if you're getting stat increase of 200% attack... Like are people going to build her with only for defense buff teams so that way you can build high attack and then still have defense? I doubt it. No, you're just gonna build a regular bulk. I don't know. It seems super weird to change from defense scaling damage to a skill that lowers your defense and it doesn't state in whether or not it's. All right, so her dual attack is AoE. Okay. She is taking legit 0 damage.
Enjoy the pain.
Is there a C Armin on his team? Yeah, there's C Armin, so there's super mitigation plus defense buff. It looks like they're on lifesteal. Does she heal already? I think this is a lifesteal build that the people are using for the showcase. Okay, so here we go. This is what I'm curious on. She gets trauma here. And that's AoE attack, fully stripping and pushing back, but you see it miss the evasion character. Okay. Now she's taking way more damage. Okay, now let's see. This is the only thing I'm curious on. It does turn into a single target attack. Oh my god. And she just got... Dude, she's so fast right here. She seems super fun. This character seems so fun. Oh my god. She becomes a nightmare to kill, and then she becomes a speed demon. 200% speed when she activates trauma. Holy cow. She was zooming right there. All right, she looks like she's gonna be super fun. Okay, so that's it on Abyssal Yufine. That pretty much answered all our questions that we had. Luckily, they show us these previews. So it does become a single target attack, but you have 200% attack off trauma, decreases defense by 70%, but increases attack by, if the defense prior to the effect of trauma is 2,000 or higher, the stat increases double. So you have two ways of reaching it. So build a 2,000 defense one, or only use her with defense buffers. So either way, I think most people are just going to build 2,000 already, but if you build her on whatever, like 1,600 with some attack, then that attack, dude, she's a gear score unit and a half. That's going to be fun to build. It's going to take insane gear, and if you have insane gear, you can make a crazy one probably. Super cool. I think she's really cool. I don't know how good she'll actually be, but overall, the passive is huge. This, when enemy is not, reduces the effect of combat readiness, increases game by the caster by 30%. This right here is going to make me already use her guaranteed. So now let's go look at Kane. Kane we won't spend as much time on, I doubt. So Kane, just real quick. Fire Warrior, I don't see how they can make this good. I'm just going to guess he's PvE.
Born as the illegitimate son of the fallen Drake family, Kane was abandoned.
He's kind of cool looking.
In back streets and alleyways.
He grew up on the streets, boys.
By betrayal.
Okay, what's his stats look like? So super high attack, 1359. His attack is so high. All right, let's get to the point where it'll show his skill real quick.
Then he began his conquest to take control of the
Okay,
warrior.
So here we go. 1359 attack, super high attack, super low bulk. So he's just pure damage. I'm guessing he's a bleed character based off his artifact. So let's go. Skill 2, Force Awakening. At the start of the first battle, gains 15 fighting spirit. Upon receiving lethal damage, gets immortality and vampirism. So, and resets cooldown of Feast of Predation. Can only be activated once every 9 turns. Wait, it's Kayron. Wait, what? After enemy attacks, the target inflicted with bleed, gain 10 fighting spirit. After an ally attacks, when the fighting spirit is full, it consumes all fighting spirit and caster and rage for 2 turns. Okay, so it's like a new Kayron. But the nice thing, he gets CR push. It's not just when he attacks, right? It's even when enemy attacks. After an ally attacks, the target inflicted is... Yeah, so he can gain fighting spirit off your allies. Seems kind of cool. But either way, bleed sucks, and he's fire element, so already kind of bad. Most likely for PvP. Attacks the enemy by unleashing their power and increase greater attack buff to the caster. He gives them so gab too with an already super high attack. Damage shall increase proportional number of debuffs inflicted on target. Whoa, you get damage multiplier on that plus the artifact is damage multiplier. Alright, so attacks the enemy by unleashing their power and grants increased attack greater to the caster. So it looks like it gives greater attack after it attacks though. It doesn't say increases attack beforehand, so I'm curious if it goes first or not. We'll see the preview again. Okay, so let's... Wait, it looked like it gave it after.
And grants increased attack greater to the
Okay,
caster
so let's see.
turns. Damage dealt increases proportional to the number of debuffs inflicted on the target.
Yeah, it looks like it gives it
Skill
after.
1, Hammer time.
Okay, hammer time. Attacks the enemy with a hammer, inflicting bleeding for 2 turns. When the caster's enraged, ignores effect resist. And when it is the caster's turn, activates Rock Smash as an extra attack. Attacks all enemies with swimming the ground. Wait, if you can...
Attacks the enemy with a hammer.
I don't know how good he'll be. I think he'll be like 4th, 5th pick character if PvP.
Ignores effect resistance.
I'm really
And
curious
when
what
it is
people
the
end up doing
caster's
with this.
turn, activates Rock
Because it's
Smash
kind of
as an extra
nice.
attack. Rock Smash.
I wanna
Attacks all
see-
enemies by slamming the ground and dispels one debuff.
Oh wait, this is the boss. I haven't got to do it yet.
Kane
It literally just showed him smacking. That was...
from the caster. Slamming the
That's really it.
ground dispels one debuff from the caster.
Either way, I think he's going to be super good for PvE because all your characters taking turns, he's going to be super good for PvE. Think about that. If he lands bleed and all your extra characters take turns, he's gaining his bar like crazy. So he's definitely, I think, built for this new game mode, but I'll see once I go play it. When attacking, increase damage by 6% with an additional 3% for each debuff. So yeah, this is extra damage per debuff again, which is, again, PvE. Most likely is the best benefit for this, but maybe Jacko could use this, maybe. I don't know if this would be better than Jacko's already, because usually they're only going to have one debuff for Jacko, 1 or 2. So I don't know how good that would actually end up being. So the artifact looks mostly PvE.
Are nothing but prey.
The last vampire lord of Eurasia. Players will be able
He
to
looks
move
kinda
Kane
cool.
through the drop rate up.
You have no say.
Okay, so let's watch this.
Now
So he S3s 90k
You.
on defense break.
This is what you get for playing with me.
Okay, so since they have bleed, every single turn he's getting more CR. Or not CR, fighting spirit.
Away with you.
Does it keep going up? No, it doesn't keep going up, does it?
Obey me.
Alright, it is going up. It just takes a while to go up. Okay, I can't really tell with Kane. I'm gonna be honest. I can't tell how usable he'll be in PvP. He does give himself Vampiric Touch, but at that point we just, sorry, Immortality. But the thing with that is we did just get Veronica, so even trying to use him at Anti-Cleave probably isn't gonna be too great. But he would be amazing for PvE because he's always getting multi-hits. His damage doesn't seem too crazy for how many debuffs the enemy has. So it's like Cigarette though. I want to see another S3 real quick. Let's see if he has 3 this turn. Because the boss has what, 5 debuffs. He gets attack buff right here. He already has Gab probably. So the nice thing is for PvE, you can keep extending his attack buff and always have Gab. No, it doesn't get it. All right, I want to see one more S3. Okay, right here, does he have S3? Okay. There it is. Okay, so how much damage with like 6 debuffs? 118. Oh, it's only 4 debuffs, 100k. So he looks like he's gonna be really good in new content. Other than that, I don't see him being too viable. I mean, they showed him off in PvE. I don't see him being too viable in other things, but we'll see. I'm sure there will be a PvP build that people will come up with, like Kayron was effect res for a long time, BBK, anything with immortality if you can get effect res, but with all the, I don't know, I don't see it being too great for PvP, but I will let you guys know my true opinions on them when they end up coming out. I will either be testing them, I'll play test Kane for sure, but I only have 5,000 mystics for the other character, for Abyssal Yufine, so I don't know if I'll get it or not. So one thing is I am on the official Epic 7 stream today, so that is coming up tonight. That'll be cool, but other than that, that's all I got for this video. I think Yufine looks really fun and cool and good for anti-cleave, which I'm happy about. Kane looks like PvE character, quick thing. Kane might have use in PvP though, but overall Kane's kit is exactly what we thought, so no surprise there. All right, I will see you all in the next video. Let me know who you're more excited for of the two, or if you're going to be pulling or skipping them, because I will be trying to pull on both for sure, but if you already have it. But if you're waiting for me to give my final thoughts, those will be out when they come out, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.